Welcome back to Action Fan and welcome back to this special edition. Today we're not going to be filming in the Action Fan room. Today we're going to be going on a little trip and we're going to an Action Man convention in North Weald. So without further ado, let's get down the stairs and get in the motor. Right, we're just about halfway. There you go. Going through the tunnel. Right, okay, so I'm back from North Weald show. Unfortunately, I arrived there quite late, so a lot of people had gone by the time I got there. But I still met a couple of people that watch my channel, so that was great. I'm sure you're wondering, what did I buy? Now, I always struggle with these shows because if you've never been to one, if you could imagine, most of the bigger stalls, everything is in plastic bags like this. Now you can have loads of these in a box. They're quite reflective, so it's quite hard to actually see through these and have your mind stimulated. Oh, I needed that. Oh, I needed that. So I did go with a list. I managed to get some bits that I wanted and had been after. This is only the third one I've been to, so next time I can try and refine my searching skills a bit more. But anyway, without further ado, we'll get on to what I've brought. Right, so first off, I brought some adventurer trousers. As you can see there, they cost me £5. And maybe if I put it like that, you can sort of see what I mean about being in the bag. Let's have them out of the bag, shall we? So I've got and bought the adventurer trousers. Secondly, let's have a look what we got. Now, I got this, which is an Indian outfit. Now, I believe this is the Indian chief. I'm not sure if all the parts, I know there was two Indians. I believe, is it Indian Brave and an Indian Chief. Now this has got the headdress, so I presume this is the Chief. Didn't really have time to look at my phone and check that it all matches. But there you go, that was £20, so I bought that. I thought that was a reasonable price. £20 for all that. Right, next I bought an Action Man. One of the ones I like. Twist him, maybe make him a bit tighter. Yeah, not too bad. Probably needs a bit of restringing if his arms are a little bit loose, but I tend to wait until I have to restring them. His original hands, and they're not in terrible condition, but I will probably replace them and keep these safe in a bag so that they don't get broken. But there you go, £45. Yeah, not a bad price. I thought once you pay postage on eBay, you would pay £45 to £50 on eBay, I think, at the moment. Another quick one, I'm going to take them out of the bag, most of these, so you can see them. Luftwaffe pilot helmet. Not sure much. I've never seen one of these up close. I've seen pictures. I don't really know if there was any straps or anything like that. I don't think there was. So this is a uniform that I do want to start buying. I did want to buy the whole uniform while I was there, but never got around to it. So Luftwaffe pilot skull cap. Right, next for £5, and I believe this is to the Indian Chief. We got the tomahawk and the, don't know what you'd call it, the stick. I'm not sure what that is, some kind of, might be his magic stick. I know that the Indians did like a little bit of magic. So we got that to go with this uniform. Right, next is one that my wife found for me. It's a well done, wifey. It did cost me £20, so it's the Russian binocular case. So that was £20. There you go, it looks all there, doesn't look broken in any way. So I'm chuffed about that. So there you go, Russian binocular case. So I think that might complete my Russian uniform. let's have a look what we got next. All right, this one as well, £5. The Russian ammo case. Now I can't remember whether this goes with both Russian uniforms or just the second uniform. I think it's just the second uniform, but I might be wrong. Either way, it's Russian and it can go with my Russian outfit. So we're pretty much getting up there with the Russian stuff. We should be able to make 2 uniforms soon. I believe you've seen one of them, the first one. The second one, I think you've seen the jacket, I'm not sure. But I've got that in my box over there, ready to be in a later video. Right, okay, moving on. £10 for the French Foreign Legion gun. This has got the elastic straps on. So there you go, the French Foreign Legion rifle. Now, this is where I was going to buy myself the French Foreign Legion outfit. That was one that was on my list. Right, next, tenner. This is a campfire. This is very delicate, thin plastic. Paid a tenner for that. And that goes with my Indian chief. It might actually go with a brave, so bear with me. Obviously, both the sets are going to be able to be intertwined. Eventually, I'll get both. So we'll have a little display with a campfire and that. I want the cavalry, I want the cowboy. The 7th Cavalry was on my list, and I'm sure that isn't cheap to get, and I wish I would have looked a bit more for a 40th 7th Cavalry. Okay, moving on. This is the first issue medic stretcher. I'm hoping it's not broken. And we got a lot more bits and pieces with it. We got the flag. Oh, the flag's actually broken. I didn't notice that. That's a shame. I'm sure I can sort the flagpole. Needs a good clean. So we've got the first issue flag. We've got another crutch. We've got parts to the medic, the long splints. Like we learned in the last video, they only had the short splints in the 2nd edition. These are the long splints. And the 2nd edition didn't have the plasma bottle, neither. Let's tip these out. Stethoscope is in both. I actually believe it's in 3 medic sets. And we got a bag here. I don't know if it's the right medic bag. I'm really not sure on that one, but looks like it might be missing a hoop there or something, but we can sort that out at a later date. So that's medic stuff. We got the first issue stretcher, which is great. I believe that'll have to lock out like that and lock out like that. Oh, it could be broken. Yeah, that looks snapped. Looks like it's been snapped. You guys let me know. That's not supposed to be like that, is it? Or is it just okay to lay down like that? Right. I think originally I bought this, which was £10, which is the adventurer uniform, apart from the boots. So you've got the roll neck jumper and the trousers. Now I did notice that these trousers had a stain on them, and it wasn't till afterwards, and I think that's why I did then pick these ones up. These are like new, they could be 40th, I'm not sure. Slightly different colour, but and now I've got the whole uniform. Pair of boots, and that uniform's complete. Funny thing is that I've still got my stuff from the last North Weald show. Although you saw what I bought for the last North Weald show, you actually haven't seen them out the box, and we haven't read through the book about them, so we must move on and get them done. We've been concentrating on the shelf more than we have the bits I bought at the North Weald show. Right, but anyway, let's move on now. Right, I brought for £15, I brought, I think it's called the Kepi, the Foreign Legion Kepi with the white cover. It's got a bit of a stain on it, but I don't mind a little bit of dirt because it can look a little bit more realistic. But there you go, there's a Kepi for the Foreign Legion. That goes with the gun. So my mind was thinking, I clearly was thinking Foreign Legion. I didn't just go in blind, I was actually thinking a little bit. Right, let's move on now. This is where a lot of my money went. Although this one I thought was a bloody bargain. It's a 40th, and it's the cricketer. Now, out of all of the sportsmen, I think the cricketer looks pretty cool because it's got quite a bit of uniform. If you buy a footballer, you're just basically talking about a shirt and shorts and a pair of boots, and if you're lucky, maybe a tracksuit top. But this one comes with some cool kit with for the leg guards, the hat, and I presume it comes with the gloves. I'm not 100% sure. The wicket, the bat, the ball, and the boots. I actually really glad I bought that. Out of all the sportsmen, this is the one I like. Right, now let's move on to the next one. Now, this was a bit of a curveball. I didn't know I was going to buy this. I was offered a deal and I went with it. Brought these two. Let's just get them out. So they're both the Foreign Legion, light blue and the dark blue jacket. Now these are 40th, obviously. Now one guy offered me a deal, £200 for the pair. While I was thinking about it, I went to another stall and happened to see he had these. So I told him that the guy across the road had just offered me £200. So he did me a deal. Now I can't completely remember. It was either 180 or 190 for the pair. I can't remember. So this was a bit of an extravagant buy for me, really. I probably shouldn't have bought both. I should have just bought myself the one. Especially as I know I'm not going to be able to keep these in the box. I'm sorry to all of you guys out there who might think that's wrong. I keep thinking about it, but I just keep swaying around to the fact that these have got to come out of the box. You know, what good are they to me like that? Unless I wanted to sell them on at a later date as an investment. But my collection isn't about an investment. My collection's about the joy it brings me and how it cheers me up on a rainy day. So there you go. So I bought these two. Let's get them on the table. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I spent around £500 at the North Weald show. Big shout out to the guy who puts that event on in North Weald. It is great. It's in a nice little village hall. If you haven't been, get yourself down there. It takes me just over an hour. Unfortunately, we got lost on the way and I'm not an early bird, so I diddle-daddled about and we got there really late. So I didn't see a lot of you guys, but I still managed to get myself some nice bits and pieces. Right, so while I was there, I met a guy called Daniel. He's putting a show on in Birmingham. I think it's the 18th of May. I'll put all the details up here. He's also asked me to do a live stream from that. So that's the 18th of May, I believe. So look out for that coming up. If you want to go down there and get some of this fantastic stuff, you don't have to spend £500. You could just buy a couple of little bits that you're missing from your collection. You know, just find those small little bits that you couldn't find on eBay. And the thing I like is I get to meet people and talk to people who have the same interests as me. Why not head up there or down there, depending where you live. But look out for me on the internet if you can't make it there, because I'll be live streaming at some stage. So thank you very much, Daniel, for the invitation for that. Right, okay, so that just about wraps it up for me here in the Action Man headquarters. I'll give you guys a last close-up look at what we've brought. Thanks for watching this episode of Action Fan, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.